Power up. Get over here!
Good evening, people of YouTube. Once again, it's three middle-aged dudes just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Grey Mouse 1.
And we are going to go ahead and talk, well, video game hardware, or video game hardware to be. Earlier last week, there was news that was dropped that Nintendo was working on another handheld, surprise, surprise, another portable console, dubbed the Nintendo MH. Probably simply codenamed for the mobile handheld. This information was actually released out on a Yahoo Finance report last week, and it didn't exactly leave a lot of details or anything like that. It simply mentioned it that it was part of Nintendo's financial forecast. All of us know about Nintendo's handhelds. A lot of us are fans, obviously. Thoughts, gentlemen. Well, what are your thoughts on it?
Nintendo kicks ass on their portables. Now, where does the new 3DS go from here? From that standpoint, or are they gonna is it gonna combine the 3DS and the new 3DS? Who knows? If this is even fucking real or anything like that. But I'm just gonna say this. Nintendo's handhelds are kicking ass more than certain consoles are. Let's think about that.
True.
Nintendo's fucking handhelds have been dominant for fucking decades. This is not a new fucking thing from Nintendo. And every time, even if it's a short span of they're coming out with another handheld, motherfuckers buy it. Motherfuckers buy it. It's always an improved from the last one, whatever. Some forget to put earphone jacks. But at the same time, what can you say negatively about Nintendo's portables? Except the first one that was in black and white. But look at the fucking games that it provides. That's what's all important here. If Nintendo comes out with another fucking portable, so be it. If they're gonna come out with great fucking ass games and cut the garbage, then so be it. I mean, everyone just saw, and everyone can look behind me when I'm doing videos on my own. Yeah, I have the DS. I have a 3DS. I might be getting a new 3DS, and I may even fucking get this. If the games are right, especially if it's a grip of them, come out with that shit and take my fucking money.
Grey Mouse, your thoughts, sir?
Just make it gold with a Triforce on it, man.
All right, don't take my money. From that standpoint, shit, I love the gold. I love gold. I love the color gold. Yeah, make it like that. Done. And have a new Zelda come out with it. Done. That's it.
You know, like you guys, I just reiterate. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, Nintendo has been dominating since 1989 on handhelds when the Game Boy came out. And it's just, I mean, seriously. I mean, nobody ever thought that the Game Boy was going to catch on with the dot matrix thing and all that stuff. But it did, and it just continued to grow and grow and grow. Now we got the 3DS and the new 3DS. Now the MH, I guess is the name of it.
Yeah, MH. That's just what it's codenamed or what it's mentioned as. Yeah. Which, and the funny thing is that, you know, if we sit there and we take into consideration that there's rumors of what the NX is going to be, that it's going to be some sort of hybrid home console with a portable component to it. I don't know if this is referring to that or if it's referring to, you know, a brand new DS-style portable or Game Boy-style portable. Whatever it is, I know as far as Nintendo goes, look, there may be a lot of naysayers out there who say, why would I fucking game on a portable? You know, why would anybody have a DS or a Game Boy? Well, the thing is that why would you not at this point? Really, there are great games for it, and the Game Boy is the closest thing that's come to a universally installed fucking game system out there. I believe that the number of Game Boy units worldwide is, if you sit there and you stack up the numbers that have been sold worldwide throughout all of the generations, it's completely outsold any of the home consoles that have been released by any of the big manufacturers combined. All right, it's very, very easy. It's not even fucking comparable.
That's got to say it exceeds PlayStation 2. That's got to say something.
No, I mean it exceeds a lot of things. I mean, because the thing is that, you know, Nintendo home consoles, you know, wherever they're at as far as home consoles and their first party releases and everything else, people could say what they want, but they cannot deny their success in the portable market. When people sit there and say that, you know, this is gonna fucking take over the portable market, I sit there and I say, those are nice, but you know what? You know, I still have my DS. I still have my 3DS. I have my Game Boy Advance. And guess what? There is nothing on here that will come close to the gameplay fucking experience that I have on those systems.
Or here.
Nope. Or on a fucking tablet for that matter.
Not gonna happen. I agree with that 100% because as you said, Reverend, a lot of people would totally diss portable gaming, especially by Nintendo. And I'm like, have you ever played the games that they have on that fucking portable or on those fucking portables that they have came out with? And if you say no, it's like, all right, look, you can't even fucking take a Game Gear outside for longer than 3 minutes. So if you say anything about the original Game Boy's color, I mean, there's some issues with you at that point. You played games, you enjoyed games, and that was it, and games were great. Then, of course, you had the backlit and the Game Boy Color and, you know, all sorts of contraptions that hooked onto the Game Boy so you can see that shit, and lights and big things and speakers and whatever the fuck. Even a camera hooked onto that thing. But it did not fucking matter because they were just putting out games. Games that were on consoles, games that were in the arcade. Yes, things were dubbed down a bit. I mean, I would never play Pit Fighter on the Game Boy. But at the end of the day, that thing had some good-ass fucking games on it.
To put this in perspective, the Game Boy has sold 118.69 million units. 118 million units.
Okay, yeah. In that defense, yes, you have to stretch it out throughout the years. However...
No. This is Game Boy. I'm talking about
the original Game Boy.
I'm talking about the
That's what I mean. Well, Game Boy was out for, what, 10 years?
Yeah. That's just the original Game Boy. And the one thing that I can't take seriously from a lot of folks who sit there and they downplay the impact of portable gaming is that, like I said, say what you want about the DS or anything else like that. They're widely accepted in installed systems, and Nintendo, by and large, has buttressed their existence by their portable consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and as far as it goes, they may have a hard time asking developers to go ahead and jump onto their home consoles, but they have people lining up. They have developers lining up along the block.
That's what I don't understand, really. Third party on their portables has never been in any question.
Nope.
Never. You find third party all over the place for their portables.
Well, reason being is that it's, number one, development costs for the portables is very much lower than the home console. And number two, they know that the install base is always going to warrant their attention. They're always going to turn a profit on whatever they fucking put out. You know.
To add on to that, I think that's a good play for Nintendo and going the DS card for the or the SD card rather for the NX, because what you just said a few seconds ago, Reverend, is spot on. Easy to develop for, and to put a game on a SD card versus putting it on a disc or whatever, I mean, the manufacturer cost alone is minimum.
Now technology is so out there that now it's feasible to use that. Okay, 20 years ago.
We did a video about our take on whether or not we want the DS or the NX to be on a cartridge.
Cartridge space.
I think it's time to go back to cartridge in this case. And you know what? I think if Nintendo does this thing right, come next year, March 2017, I think they'll be back on top. And I'm talking about beating Sony. I'm not talking about immediately, but I'm thinking that Nintendo, once we find out more and more details on their new console, and if it's the way we're thinking it's going to go, I think they're going to be. I think Sony and Microsoft is going to be shitting themselves like, oh shit, Nintendo's not a pushover like we thought they were.
To concur with what you both were saying a couple of minutes back, especially about the portable market, why do you think that other things are trying to make portable gaming like Nintendo is? Why do you think that tablets and phones and they're trying their damnness to be like Nintendo, like they are with the fucking portable market? Why do you think Sony tried it with the PSP, the PSP Go, the PS Vita? All those, well, with the exception of the PSP Go, all of that shit wasn't bad, but it wasn't Nintendo. Nintendo has portable on lock. So if they bring out a new portable, as long as they bring out fucking games and features and all types of shit that they've been doing for the last fucking 25 fucking years.
Nintendo's golden when it comes to portable market. I mean, they got, like you said, they got that on lock, and that's the only. I
mean, come on, look at all the other portables that came in with. You had the Wonder Swan, the Neo Geo Pocket, the Sega Nomad, the Sega Game Gear, the Atari Lynx, the fucking Nokia phone taco shit. You had all of that. Go.
Yep.
And it's like Nintendo portables still standing.
Persevered and continued to, and still
persevered. They fucking conquered.
Yep.
they didn't just was like, I will survive. No, they are literally the competition.
And the silly thing too is that, you know, for a lot of folks who sit there and say, no, mobile gaming is taking over. Look, those mobile applications can easily be ported over to the eStore on DS.
You think that a more advanced this won't handle Twitter, Facebook? Think again.
Isn't there already?
That's my point.
There might already be apps on there for that. So
I think you could tweet on your DS or 3DS.
Yeah. Yep. I know you can use it as a YouTube.
Yes.
You could go on the internet.
Device.
Yes. You can record your shit and then post it.
Yep.
That can already be done. So please.
Yeah.
Those naysayers, man, they just need to get with the program.
Okay.
You know, they can be where they're at. I don't mind them, because the thing is that while they decide to figure out what free program they're going to sit there and play on their phone, or they start complaining about ads popping up all over the fucking place, I'll just be playing my games. That's just how that is. All right.
I'm going to sit over here and play my 3DS.
I'm going to sit up here and play my games, because that's what it's for. You get this, you get games, you play games. Yes, all the other shit they'll put on there, but it's not meant for that. It's meant for fucking games.
Games.
Now, Nintendo wasn't the only manufacturer out there with hardware news. In fact, there was a huge article that was put out with a lot of rumors for Xbox One hardware. Now, we've been talking for a while about Xbox having upgradable hardware, and then Phil Spencer threw that around, said, yeah, this is what we definitely want to do. Only a few weeks later saying, no, we're really not thinking about doing something like that. Only to sit there and then end up, when being really pressed about it, saying it's something we're open to seeing the new FCC filings for new hardware and stuff like that. And then there was actually a new set of rumors that were released out. And this is actually covered in a huge article that was put up by Ars Technica about when it came to Xbox One hardware. There's a set of new hardware sets. Well, there are new hardware sets and new configurations that are supposedly going to be probably announced E3. The first one being the Xbox One Slim or Mini, which we've pretty much had rumors about and everybody's been predicting for almost a half a year now. Now, that particular one is going to be a slimmer Xbox with a new redesigned, slimmer controller. and that one is also going to be have HDMI 3.0 out, so that it's a 4K streaming capable device. That one, it's like, okay, it's another streaming box, fine, whatever. But the other one that seems to be pretty interesting is the one that they call the Xbox One Scorpio, and this is their quote unquote more powerful system configuration, which is supposed to be more powerful than the current PS4, supposedly 4 times as powerful as the current PS4, and that one isn't set to release out until 2017. Thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Look, I'm sick of systems coming out that are supposed to be more powerful, but they are forgetting the key aspect, and that's the fucking games. Your games are what make your console. You can have a powerful console, whatever. If your games suck, then that's it. There is no ifs and look. I remember the Panasonic 3DO. I remember the Neo Geo. I remember the fucking Nintendo 64 as far as being, no, not the 64, the Atari Jaguar. Powerful, futuristic systems. This is where the fucking video game industry is going. And oh yes, everything is just looking bright for the fucking future of gaming. And then what happened to those consoles? They didn't go anywhere because of the fucking games. So regardless of how powerful your console is, that does not matter. If your games are not up to par, if your games suck, if your games are not taking you anywhere, then your concentration is in the wrong fucking place.
Thoughts, Scream Mouse?
Well, with me, Xbox Slim, that's no surprise to me at all. We all knew that was coming because, they had the Xbox 360 Slim as well. So, I knew that was coming. As for the upgraded hardware inside the Slim, okay, so, their GPUs are faster or whatever. And
No. Hold, just a clarification for you. The Slim is actually going to be closer to the original Xbox One configuration. The only updates hardware wise is going to have is that it's going to have the better wireless communication, and it's going to have the the HDMI 3.0 out, so that it'll do 4K media.
Okay, so I stand corrected. So, but still, we all knew the Slim was coming. If you looked at actually. If you look at the Xbox One, it looks like a damn VCR out of the 1980s.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works. But
does it play games?
We all knew that was going to happen.
Can you play it without the Kinect?
Huh? I don't know. You're asking the wrong person here, dude. But I knew the Slim was coming. That's no problem. But the Scorpio, again, I've already
think about that. I think I'm a wrestling fan. Too cold Scorpio.
I've already gave my thoughts on upgradable hardware with Sony during Sony's
Will you
thing.
do better than this?
No.
Just say out no.
No.
But it seems, again, like I said, I don't like the way where the industry's going. Meaning, I don't like this VR, because it seems like everything now is VR focused. That's where everything is headed. I'm not interested one bit on the virtual reality part of it. That's just not my cup of tea, and I'll continue to say that. But the problem is, again,
oh no! You put your VR shit on, and there's a slot with your credit card fucking shit on it,
or a quarter.
To continue on though, with the VR thing, I just don't see any future in that. I think it's just a gimmick. But it is what it is. There are people that like it, so be it. But
like the power pad wasn't a gimmick.
To make the other gamers who's not interested in VR to adopt the system to. Basically, what I'm saying is that having a tiered system, I don't think that's a good idea.
Again, will VR be better than this? Damn, I just got pure silence. You guys didn't even dignify that with a response.
Here's the thing. All right. Like you said at the beginning of this video, what's most important to the folks who are discerning is games.
Yes.
Generally speaking,
that's
right
why
now,
I keep asking that. Are they going to be better than these?
Yeah.
But that's not the thing is that's not the focus no more. Games is not the focus no more.
And that's a problem in the
It's
game
obvious that games
industry.
are not the focus. The game is not it's not the focus no more.
To have a gaming industry and not focus on games is just a fucking debacle. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, which is part of the reason why, even with all of the missteps and mistakes that they happen to make, I'm always going to be a fucking Nintendo fan because that's all they do is games. Now, the interesting thing about the Scorpio is that, and you guys have been touching on it, was that the more powerful hardware is obviously to go ahead and get the Xbox One up on par as a VR platform. And the device of choice for the Xbox One, if the Scorpio is going forward, instead of being the what was it, the Microsoft one that we talked about earlier, what was it called? Smart Glass or whatever the fuck it is.
HoloLens.
Yeah, HoloLens. Yeah, instead of the HoloLens, actually the VR device that it appears that they're putting they're trying to make the Xbox One Scorpio compatible with is actually the Oculus Rift. Which means if it's meant to be Oculus Rift compatible, yeah, the amount of horsepower that it's going to be putting out is definitely going to be stronger, most likely more powerful than the PS4 Neo. Because the PS4 Neo, as far as it putting itself forward, it's going to be able to handle VR just on a it's going to be the least capable of all the VR experiences. Now, if you care about that thing, maybe that's something that you can think of. Now, if it is Oculus Rift compatible and it meets those minimum specs, I hazard to think the price of the Xbox One Scorpio is going to be.
Right.
It is probably, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not going to be $499.
I will not pay $2,000 to play 5 games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay $2,000 to play 100 games. It's just not my style.
Well, actually, you do when you add that up.
Yeah, but my point is, I'm not going to buy.
There's no way of adding up 5 games for $2,000.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry, I can't. And like I said, VR, I'm not interested in at all. It's just something that. I don't know, maybe there's a lot of people that's been waiting since the Virtual Boy.
I mean, come on now. Even on this, you have the option of turning on and off the 3D on its games.
But, like I said, there's those people that have
oh yeah, they wanted that redone.
They wanted VR since the Virtual Boy way back when.
Yeah.
So I understand why a lot of people are trying to get on board. But it just
certain people weren't even alive when that thing failed.
Yeah.
That are in the games now. That's why they think that VR is actually the future and it actually is something. We can remember that fucking debacle of the Virtual Boy, the redness, the headaches, the non-portable thing.
Portable?
Well, the Game Gear was that too.
Yeah.
But to its point, the Game Gear at least had more than 2 colors.
But the Virtual Boy didn't have the audacity to ask you to put fucking AA batteries in it.
Every 10 minutes.
6 of them at that. Damn.
Road trip my ass. You can't get out the door.
wonder how a car battery adapter. I wonder how many AAA Triumphs AAA went to motherfuckers. I can't start my shit. That thing had a TV adapter to it too, and I'm like, wait a second here, stop. How are you going to take this thing outside to watch TV on it, and you can't even play games on it for more than 40 seconds?
And it only had like a 2-inch screen too.
Anyway, let's get back on track here, guys. The Scorpio, yeah, the price. I have to agree with the Reverend. The price range is not going to be $500, and I think it's going to float towards $800 to $1,000. That's just my personal opinion. But whatever. I mean, I don't know exactly what, we don't know. And again, it's just rumors.
You said float. So I'm thinking of the fucking a Price is Right type of game where the prices is just totally floating up. But I agree with you, Grayboss. Yeah, Reverend Grayboss, I agree with you about the price. That thing is not going to be $499, $500. It's going to skyrocket.
No, yeah, it's
a confirmation on PlayStation Neo on what the price range is at on that.
Does it matter at this point?
No, actually, when they said that it's going to cost as much as the PlayStation 4, it's going to be like $400.
Oh, right, because they're going to lower the original PlayStation 4.
Yeah, most likely that's going to happen. So.
And then the Neo is going to take its place as far as.
And then, again, what the people who should be really bitching and more outspoken, which there are some, are the developers. Because the developers, I mean, when you start making all this new hardware, you still have people on the original Xbox One and on the original PlayStation 4. So you're going to have to make code for that, and you're going to have to make code for the Neo, the Scorpio, whatever the fucking names are. So what you're doing is you're putting a lot of burden on the developers. And then I read an article also saying that that they're not. What did they say? Something about that they're not against having a tiered console system, as in you have your lower budget people that want to pay $300 for a console. Then you got like a middle class, so to speak, console. $400 something, and you got the upper people doing the $600 to $800 consoles. And so, what's that going to do? You're splitting up your base, your gamer base. Two, you're putting all this burden on the fucking developers to where they have to make 3 or 4 sets of codes just on one disc so that it can be compatible with what other people have. It's just a bad idea all around. So again, we've already spoken about this in previous videos. I am 100% against upgradable. Bring in the next generation. Bring in the 9th generation. Look, this every 2-year bullshit. We don't need that.
I'm going to concur with you on what you just said and put it in a different situation. Imagine that was said for games. As far as that different price tier. Oh, this game sucks, so you play this. But this game is great, so you pay this.
Yeah.
What if they start separating that shit that way?
Publishers already want to do that. Yeah, publishers already want to do that.
Exactly.
But that's not something that the market is really kind of set to accommodate. That and the fact that a lot of the analysts or the folks who think that a tiered market system of prices between consoles, if a lot of the folks who think that's a good idea, they just don't understand how gamers act as consumers. Because the folks who
gamers are not rich. I'm sorry, we're just not. We can't.
No. Here's the thing. Even the ones that aren't rich, guess what? If when it comes to like the tiered price thing. The folks who would spend that much, guess what? They already got consoles. All right, they've already got the consoles, so they're really not gonna buy something else unless they're forced into a corner. In which case, it's not gonna happen without any sort of duress.
No.
Or their shit breaks. All right, that's just how it is. Because like I said, the last video we talked about this. I know motherfuckers who will go into deeper debt to get a fucking console. All right.
Fuck, man.
It's like, dude, you still haven't paid for your last console that you got off.
That's all right, man. I just want the newest one. I want this one. But it plays the same shit. No, it doesn't. I can see it's clear. It's in 1080p. So is your other one? No, it's not. This is better. Dude, it plays the same. No. I'm not. No. No, I think I'm getting worked up.
One of the things that people sat there and threw out was like, but people are willing to spend they're willing to buy brand new phones every fucking year. Well, that's different. You know why? Because the thing is that when somebody buys a brand new smartphone, they're going to pony up a fraction of the price up front, and then they got to pay on their plan for a minimum of 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that's subsidizing.
Don't do that to fucking gaming.
All right.
Do not go there and try to do that to fucking gaming.
Hey, I got this new Scorpio for you. It's $180, but you got to get 3 years of Xbox Live.
No.
At $60 a month.
Or you could buy it for $100, but you got to pay an additional $30 on your subscription fee every month until you pay it off for the next 3 years. No.
Don't do that.
No. It's not going to work for me.
That's what the credit card slide is for. I'm telling you, man. The credit card with those fucking stamps. Yes.
Man. I see it now. People are like, that's where the disc goes in. No, that's where your credit card goes in. There is no disc no more.
No, they're going to have the special credit card. They're going to have a cutout for the game, so you have to put the game inside the card and then put that shit in to connect it to your fucking bank account.
Oh, jeez. No. Like I said, and I reiterate.
No, instead of the fucking credit card stamp strip thing, they're gonna have that slot for the game. You put that shit in, you put it in, and that's in your credit card stripe. That's how they're gonna charge you now.
God.
And that's how they can check if the game is registered to you in that console or not.
I wish we were being completely facetious about this.
Exactly.
I really wish we were being.
Can you see that?
But we're not. I know that.
And if that shit happens, don't come to me. Look, I can see what direction that they're trying to go because they tried to do it before in more modern, fucked up circumstance. We're trying to monitor us and have cameras and mics attached to shit.
Well, you know, a lot of people think that the whole deal with the 2013 release of the Xbox One, that whole thing is gone in a way. You know, that people are not thinking about that. Bullshit. That's still
shit.
Still is live and kicking. They're trying to implement. Again, you know, like all these other YouTubers get on here and talk. You know, you can vote with your wallet. You can choose not to pay for that shit because a company's not going to keep putting shit out if they're not going to sell it.
Hey, look at my background. I have all these belts here. If I don't want one, I don't get one. If I don't feel it, I don't get it. Just because I'm a collector of them doesn't mean I'm going to get them all. If something's ugly to me or if it doesn't speak to me or if it's not my style, I'm not going to get that shit just because it's a fucking wrestling belt. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about being discerning with your funds. And the truth of the matter is that get used to it sooner or later, folks. Condoms for your game accessories, those are going to become really fucking popular, believe me. All right? You won't be able to game wrong. That's the part of it. With that, thank you everybody for spending the last 35 minutes with us or more. You know, if you're so kind, hit the subscribe button, leave comments below, especially if you think that we missed something. Maybe there's something you want us to go ahead and address in another video. We'd be happy to respond, happy to go ahead and bring out a response on video. Check out everybody's channels. Like I said, Gray Mouse has one, Theme has one, I have one. Yay! All right. We are the three middle-aged dudes just bullshitting about nothing. To wrap up that piece of video game hardware news, that's pretty much it for this video. I am the Reverend.
The Theme here.
Gray Mouse 1. Hell no, no. No.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense logic in gaming. Yeah. Game inside credit cards. Inside VRs. Xbox off. Your credit card is shut down. Credits.
Your PlayStation turns off.
This is what you got to do with those cameras.